What Lives in the Woods, Chapter 35. Dad's voice drifts up the stairs, waking me up. I'll get that limb situation dealt with as quickly as possible, Dad says. I'm so sorry about your things, honey. I crack an eye open and force myself to sit up. Pain shoots through my neck and back. Ugh, sleeping on a hard floor is the worst. Not your fault, Mom says. Like I told the kids, it was just bad luck. Other than a few minor setbacks, it seems like things are going well, no? A muffled yes filters through the door, then Mom's voice again. Good. You've always wanted to expand the business, get out of Chicago. This is your chance. I hope so. I need this project to go well. Based on what the Historical Society has been telling me, it's going to be hard to get folks in town excited about this place again. Sounds like most of them would rather see it torn down, to be honest. It gets quiet suddenly, so quiet that I sneak over to Leo's door and press an ear to the wood to hear them better. Don't think about that. If anyone can turn this place around, it's you. It's beautiful. Just needs a little TLC. Dad sighs. It's just loud enough to send a pang of concern through me. I hope you're right. No matter how good my plans are, this place is going to struggle without the support of the community. They'll support it. Just imagine how elegant Woodmore will look when it reopens. Folks will be lined up to stay here, Mom murmurs. I squish my ear flatter against the door, so flat it hurts my cheekbone. So stop worrying. The meeting is going to go great, and so will you. Going to be great, and so will you. I slowly pull away from the door, feeling dazed. Dad has another meeting today, a meeting he sounds worried about. Suddenly, I don't feel so good about my plan. Dad loves this project. He also believes it's going to help his company, which helps our family. He'll be so worried when I show him whatever evidence Leo, Will, and I dig up today. Plus, what will happen if he finishes this job and it doesn't help Woodmore start making money? Because it might not. If the real problem isn't the yellowed wallpaper and the ugly light fixtures, but the shadow people, and then Dad can't succeed, right? He could change every single thing about this place, from the floors to the ceilings, and people still won't want to stay here. In fact, if they try to, the shadow people will become even more dangerous. Poor home, all bent. I move back to my blankets on the floor, my stomach in knots. This situation seems more complicated than ever. Dad might stay here alone in this terrifying house. That's not safe. And once the job is done, Woodmore will look nicer, but the problem will still be here. The shadow people will just keep chasing people out one after another, just like they did to Craig and me. Dad will think he failed, his company will lose money, maybe clients, and my parents will be stressed. My plan slowly begins to unravel right in front of my eyes. I can't go through with my original plan, not without hurting Dad and his business anyway. There has to be a different way, a way to end this rather than just escape it. My heartbeat quickens in my chest. End it. Is that it? Instead of letting the shadow people chase me away like everyone else, maybe I need to chase them away. Show them they don't belong in Woodmore anymore. If I can do that, Dad has a chance at succeeding, and I'd still have a chance to get back home to enjoy at least a little of my summer before 8th grade rears its ugly head. You're scheming, Leo's groggy voice pipes up from beneath the covers. I can tell by the way you mash your face. Did you hear any of that? He pulls upright, his hair sticking straight up, and there's a crease down the side of his face. Must be from the seam in his pillow. I try not to laugh and fail. Ha ha, laugh at the tired guy, he says with a yawn. And yeah, I heard some of it. Why? Don't you see what this means? We can't just leave here, Leo, not even if they tell us we can. He suddenly looks much more alert. I thought that was exactly what we're trying to do. Get out of here. I stand up and start pacing. We are, but not like this. I want to go home, bad. But if we convince Mom and Dad that it isn't safe here, do you really think Dad will go home with us? Do you think he'll give up this job? I can tell Leo wants to say yes. Things would be a lot easier that way. Instead, he falls back against his pillow with a loud moan. Why do you have to think so hard about everything, Ginny? Why? We had a plan. A plan that wasn't fair to anyone but us, I snap. Leo turns over on his side and puts a pillow over his head. I march over and tug it off. Hear me out. When we were going into my room last night, you told me to stop running from them. That maybe the shadow people are terrorizing me because they know they can. Remember that? He tries to pull the pillow back, giving up when I shove it behind my back, out of reach. Yes, so what? You were right. The realization shocks me. Leo, right? And not just about something, about everything. Everyone who comes to Woodmore ends up running away. Will's brother, visitors, everyone. That's the problem. Woodmore can't make money if the shadow people stay here. It's up to us to get rid of them, or Dad will look like a failure. Leo's eyes find mine. They're filled with concern. You think so? Yeah. Will you still help? Scrubbing his hands down his face, he nods. I'm in. A mixture of relief and sadness washes over me. I'm happy that Leo isn't backing out, even though he knows what we're up against. But I'm sad because this is it. This is goodbye. Goodbye to my chance at a normal summer. Goodbye to the writing workshop. Goodbye to going home soon. And then there's the biggest goodbye of all. Goodbye to staying out of danger. I bite down on the inside of my cheek to focus on something other than the tears stinging my eyelids. I don't have time to cry about this. Agatha wouldn't. She'd roll up her sleeves and get to work. It's time for me to do the same.